heaviest phones of the 20th century. The phone started as a black and white magic box. Then, the coolest flip phones and slide phones appeared. But soon after, a powerful smartphone appeared.
And I will not be bullied by that.
Now it seems like all of you guys are watching this video from your smartphone. Lately, all the phones are nearly identical in terms of design and functionality. In this video, we want to show you some incredibly unique smartphones that you probably haven't seen before. So, let's discover the most unusual and exclusive phones in the world.
Number 1.
The Dras phone. This is probably the most unique smartphone in the whole world. The thing is, you can pile it up like a bunch of domino tiles. Moreover, this smartphone has a flexible display, which can be bent at 180 degrees at 3 different hinges. The huge advantage is that we have a huge display, which can be converted into more compact forms. As Uncle Ben said, with great power, there is great responsibility. Now, this is true. A powerful foldable smartphone in its most compact form. Even when folded, the screen is working fine, and it shows notifications and any important information using all kinds of widgets. At first sight, it might look like a pretty weird phone, but we are sure people are going to love it.
Number 2.
Lenovo C+. When unfolded, it looks like a TV remote with an insanely huge screen. Nevertheless, these intentionally designed crusts and troughs appear on the back of a smartphone that seems to be unusual. But these are essential regions which help in bending the smartphone onto your wrist. But don't get too excited. When the phone was shown to the press at a closed event in San Francisco, the representatives of Lenovo recognized that the screen can still crack like shattered glass when rolling it. The electronics inside of the C-Class are divided into different segments, so this phone can be used as a smartwatch. The interface changes according to the way you want to use it.
Number 3.
Nintendo Plus. This smartphone is the new wet dream for all video game fans. But this is not a normal phone. It has unusual designs. It flips its sides and rotates. Instead of your regular keyboard under the screen, the creator of this project put a set of your unusual game's buttons, a D-pad, and flat sticks, so ultimately, it is your phone to play. Nintendo Plus has 2 front speakers, and an especially bright screen, and a stylus for those games which need extreme accuracy. The mechanisms hold the screen in place. Gamers are going to dream of this phone for nights to come.
Number 4.
NEC flip phone. How many screens does a modern mobile phone need? 1, like most smartphones nowadays? Maybe 2. But we believe 3 is the magic number. Even among modern telephones, who can find a multi-headed Cerberus? But instead of 3 heads, this gadget has 3 screens, and having 3 displays running Android, which is just the perfect solution for multitasking. The 3 screens are especially useful to work with different files all at the same time. And the keyboard on the back of one of the screens is just what you need to work even better with your flip phone. Moreover, with 3 screens, you can use one to place your phone on the table and watch photos and videos. Or use it as an alarm clock.
Number 5.
Google Project Aura. We believe that a revolutionary era in terms of smartphones is soon to come. Just look at this smartphone. Unusual, right? Unfortunately, Project Aura is not on the market, but the creator of a famous internet portal has one of these in his hands. It goes by the code name A8.0.1, and is probably just an earlier version for the developers. In this model, the different parts of the phone are connected with magnets. In the past, Google declared that the magnets are not enough to keep the different modules together, so it was decided to create these electromagnets that stick out from the core person, leaves the blocks safely together. But this smartphone is not compact. It's 12.5 millimeters thick without the camera module, which is not the best for a modern smartphone. But that's probably one of the reasons why Google decided to close this project.
Number 6.
Nokia 888. This phone is an example of flexibility. The idea is that the innovative screen and the soft frame will allow you to bend the phone in any way you want around your arm. Folded bent inwards and outwards and so on. The phone is supposed to be 5 mm thick, and apart from that, this device will have a built-in system of cables that will allow it to move or bend if you get a message or a call. The phones have come to life with the Wonder Liquid battery, which is used for the power supply. The Nokia 888 might easily be the phone from the future, so we hope to see it soon on the market because it looks great.
Number 7.
Xianyan Wang 3838. Another Chinese innovation is a phone that's a cigarette case and a phone at the same time. China is one of the most densely populated countries in the world. Many Chinese people are heavy smokers. So, based on this, a company which, by the way, decided not to reveal its name, created a phone that looks like a pack of cigarettes on one side and a mobile on the other, with a price of $175. The device is fitted with a colored screen and a micro SD slot, and it can play MP3 files. But the main feature, as you've probably already guessed, is a possibility to carry your cigarettes in it. So, here is a fully functional mobile phone cigarette case. As you know, we should avoid cigarettes for better health.
Number 8.
Changhong H2. I know, the name is insanely terrible. Aside from having a terrible name, it has a real ace up its sleeve. The phone packs a close infrared spectrometer, which allows it to shine a specialized beam of light that can penetrate objects and bounce off certain molecules. And essentially, that means the smartphone is going to know what you're pointing it at. It can differentiate between sugars and fat, proteins, and carbohydrates, even pills that are given over the counter. Most interestingly, this smartphone can be used to tell if a pill you've been given is fake, or if it actually contains the real ingredients. You can tell without tasting any of them which apple in your fruit bowl has the most sugar content in it. Now, you can rock in the shopping market if you have this. You could even, for example, use on yourself to be able to predict your own body fat percentage. So these aren't like life-changing features, and it's probably not going to be in any flagship phone next year, but it's a pretty cool thing.
Number 9.
Cat S60. This is an incredible smartphone because a thermal imaging sensor is located just above the rear camera. And to be honest, that's a technology that we don't really see under many tech products. This smartphone is very impressive because it can detect the temperature of every object within a couple of degrees of accuracy. Cat S60 has many applications during hiking. It allows you to see the outline of animals in the dark. You can detect how hot your tea is before you touch it. You can check how hot your oven is while you're baking. You can even actually figure out where you have blockages in your pipes. This splash-proof and drop-proof device is best for the industrial worker or someone in the plumber profession.
Number 10.
A Cumin holophone. It is an impressive phone in quite a lot of ways. It has 128 gigabytes of internal storage, a micro SD card slot, and a 7-inch display. But most interestingly, it has a built-in projector, supported by 3,500 milliamp hours of battery. The projector seems to have a giant bump at the back due to its heavy size. Even though it is good enough to project in 720p HD resolution, light output is only 35 lumens due to its tiny light source. It runs on an Intel Atom processor. And surprisingly, it runs both on Android as well as Windows. Thanks for watching! Which phone did you find the most interesting and useful? If you think we missed any phone which is